Village is a hidden treasure.
Most of the residents are in independent living, and so they're really a physically active community.
And I don't have a big support system except for my financial advisor. And she said, Penny, I don't care where you go. I just want you to go to a life care program.
And the thing about Lakeview is if you qualify financially and especially medically, they will take care of you for the rest of your life. We did this for ourselves, but we did it for our children.
I've been at Lakeview Village 5 years. We came to Lakeview Village when we were 70. I like that it's a place where we can stay and be cared for.
Our board makes decisions based on the people at Lakeview. And unlike other communities that may have a board of directors in Chicago or New York or somewhere, our board knows our residents.
I thought it was a little early for us to come here. Back about 6 months, I realized, no, you need to come to Lakeview as quick as you can because there's so much stuff to do here. There's more things to do here than you got time to do it.
There are a lot of activity clubs and organizations, art, music, writing, poetry and prose, card playing clubs, exercise groups.
And they encourage people to have pets because it keeps you more active.
And people are extremely friendly.
The people are so awesome. The people that you meet and the different backgrounds that they have are really, really interesting.
Several years ago, a few of us who were interested gathered together to talk about creating Lakeview Village University, taught by our residents. And we have had for the last 3 or 4 years absolutely wonderful semesters that are as varied as very sophisticated medical ethics to financial aid things by people who know what they're talking about, to a woman who has featured just come bring your favorite music and we will each talk about what's our favorite music and many, many more, you know. But this is kind of special when it's really taught by people who've lived their lives in that field doing some things. And then right now I'm actually co-teaching something on race, and the people in it are wonderful, and it's good to talk openly about our feelings, so yeah.
So there's something for everybody. You can do as much as you want, or, you know, nothing if you don't want to do something. I mean, there are people that go from one class to another class to another class because there's so much going on there.
There were all kinds of housing options, from single-family homes to high-rise apartments, and when I toured this building, the North Point building, I was shown an apartment on the 5th floor facing the lake that's behind me, and that did it. That was the end of the decision in that respect.
The tower had my living, and it had my studio, it had the restaurant, you know, it had the workout space.
I don't want to take care of a house anymore. I don't want to mow the yard. I don't want to have it painted. I don't want to replace a water heater. I don't want to do any of that stuff.
Lakeview launders are linen. No bedsheet, bedspread, towels to wash. The guys are out plowing the road first thing in the morning.
But it's like a small town, really. We have a doctor, we have a bookstore, we have a bank, we have restaurants.
I like the whole campus. I like the walking areas that we have and the security that's here on Lakeview.
And then it is like a village. It truly is like a village.
I always, when I walk around, it's like it has that small town feel to it. You know, like my hometown where I was born. And I love that feeling.
And I would encourage anybody that's even contemplating it, come to Lakeview. We are not your mother's retirement home.
Hello to all of you, and thank you so much for being part of this special presentation by Lakeview Village. It's about downsizing. Downsize to simplify your life. And we've got a great presenter with us today who is going to help us get our act together, because I don't know about you, but every time I go to the garage or I go to the basement, I'm like, how in the world am I ever going to get rid of all this stuff? So we're going to talk about that today. We're going to help us bring it down a notch to know that this is manageable, it is achievable with the right plan and the right time. So I can't wait for you to meet her because we're going to get this done together. But before we do, I want to remind you of how to ask a question today. So right below this box that I'm sitting in, there is a form. You're going to go there, type in your name, your question, hit submit. That'll come to us. We'll get your questions answered. And if we don't get them all answered today, because we tend to get a lot of them for this presentation in particular, Lakeview Village will reach out to you and they will get your questions answered as well. So before we get to our presenter, Karen, Lynn Tenbrink, how are you? Lynn is the marketing director at Lakeview Village. I think it's important for folks to know that you've been in this industry for 20 years. You've been doing, I mentioned you were only there a little short period of time, but you've been there in this industry for a long, long time. And so you know your stuff. And yes. I think it's important for folks right now for us to take a quick little moment to just learn a little bit more about Lakeview Village before